Deputy Press Secretary noted that it was a scheduled deployment and the U.S. is not preparing any evacuation of American citizens out of the country.
Severe weather is now threatening parts of the U.S. from Ohio to Maryland this weekend. The National Weather Service says damaging winds and even tornadoes are possible. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive on WCPT Willow Springs, is powered by ComEd. Visit ComEd.com/clean.
Tonight on Democracy Now!
In the Gaza Strip, at least 11 Palestinians were killed and 40 others wounded today when Israeli forces bombed al-Mawasi, an area sheltering displaced families near Gaza's southern city of Rafah. Separately, Gaza's Civil Defense Agency said 3 of its medics were killed and a dozen others wounded by Israeli airstrikes as they search for survivors.
All those stories and more tonight at 11 on WCPT 820. The David Pakman Show.
Every election, I evaluate the choices. When I look at Trump and Biden, RFK, Jill Stein, Cornel West, if I just zoom out and go, okay, who do I think here has the experience that's necessary, the positions I like, the shot at winning, consensus building ability? If I just look at everything together, Biden's my preference along those lines. And so I'm going to vote Biden.
The David Pakman Show, weekday evenings at 10 on WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
This is an important announcement for anyone who wants health insurance, even if you missed the deadline. Right now, you can get the health insurance you and your family need from top insurance providers, even if you have pre-existing conditions or no insurance at all. The Plus Benefits Health Insurance toll-free number has been extended to help anyone who wants health insurance coverage now, or if you need a better plan or a lower price. Call Plus Benefits Health Insurance now at 800-378-1388. The call is 100% free and the help is real. Call 800-378-1388. That's 800-378-1388.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
The following program, Collaboraction Radio, is sponsored by Collaboraction, and to the extent applicable, their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of Heartland Signal, LLC, or its management.
And welcome to Collaboraction Radio. Burr, 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 burr. Can I get a burr, 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 burr? Burr, 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 burr. Yes, my name is Pinqy Ring, and I am your hostess with the mostest for today. Shout out to Anthony, who is not with us, and shout out to all the Collaboraction Radio family for having us. You are listening to the sounds of DJ Lady D, and Collaboraction Radio is a radio station that explores the intersection of art, activism, and social change. Thank you again for joining us on WCPT 820 AM, Chicago's Progressive Talk Radio. Also streaming live on Facebook and WCPT.com, or available on demand at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere else you get your digital stuff. My name, once again, is Pinqy Ring, and I am hosting this special version of Collaboraction Radio. I am an MC, a hip-hop educator, a speaker, and a hip-hop cultural ambassador. I get to travel overseas and do hip-hop diplomacy work, but the most important job that I have is that this year I became the Director of Youth Programming for Collaboraction. Can I get another burr, 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 burr? Burr, 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 burr. You hear the voices of some beautiful human beings. You're going to get to meet some of our young people from a program called The Light. The Light is the intersection between art and activism for youth performers. We host auditions and we bring in some of the best and brightest from the city of Chicago, and we pay them. Can we say pay them?
Pay them
good money to create works of art around social justice platforms and perform it all over the city of Chicago. We have 11 members from all over the city. You're going to get to meet them today. We're really, really excited for all the ways that they are becoming change agents, have already been change agents, and are using their art to make a change in the city. So we're going to have you introduce yourself. So give us your name and give us your pronouns. We'll start to my left.
Hi, my name is Sathvik. My pronouns are he, him, and I want it to be known that Pinqy uses unpaid child labor for her sound effects.
Ay, Dios
we get
mío.
no bonuses for that. I think it's kind of weird. I think
the check is in the mail. You didn't get the check; it was in the mail.
I haven't gotten in 3 weeks.
You haven't gotten in 3 weeks? Oh Lord! All right, y'all. We're gonna shut this whole thing down. We're gonna. The police are gonna come get me. Let's not do that. All right. Next up, we have.
It's ice strawberry cream.
Period.
My pronouns are she, her, and yeah, Pinqy has pink hair.
Listen, we're going to, Anthony, we're coming for your job because the entertainment value that you're going to get from this episode, people are going to want us to come back all the time. Next up, we have.
My name is Mercedes Rabadon. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm from Pilsen.
Period.
My name is Samantha Gonzalez, she, her, and I'm from Hermosa.
Beautiful. So these are some of our members, and we brought them in according to the groups of work that they're going to be doing this year. They're creating new pieces again to perform all over the city of Chicago. So can you all tell me, what is your social justice platform that you all are creating a new piece around?
Well, we're preparing a piece based on racism and unequal opportunities for minorities in America, and right now we're trying to create a storytelling piece. Basically, it's 4 of us, and the 4 of us are all going to tell our experiences with these topics, and hopefully we can inspire younger youth and just the general pop to be a better person about these topics, like be aware of them and know that they're still happening.
Yes.
Pinqy, you ever heard of a 4 for 4?
No, what is a 4 for 4? Is that something from Wendy's?
So the 4 for 4 is something from Wendy's. We have adapted it into a performance piece. We're calling it the 4 for 4. Now imagine like a division sign, 4 out of 4. Okay. So that's basically just 1. Fractions. Already a bar. Yeah.
Listen, God made me to be cute and rap, not to do mathematics. So I don't know. Okay. 4 for 4. Okay.
The 4 of us here, our piece is exactly 4 minutes, and we tell 4 stories in 4 different mediums. What's up?
Oh, I love that. So we just created these groups today, friends. So they've been meeting with each other for several weeks now, but today we created these groups based on social justice platforms that they feel are important. So you're getting the exclusive on like their thought process behind what they want to do and how that's going to manifest. So it sounds like you guys are going to be doing 4 different things using 4 different mediums?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me which mediums. And when you come back on the mic again, say your name and say your pronouns again and let them know what medium you're going to be doing.
So again, my name is Sathvik. My pronouns are once again he, him. My medium is going to be stand-up. I did stand-up comedy from the ages of 11 to 14. A lot of kids made fun of me, so I'm coming back to show them how it really worked out in my favor, and I'm like super funny
We
now.
love a good revenge story, y'all. We love a good revenge story. All right, and then next up?
Is ice strawberry cream, and the medium that I'm choosing to do is dance. How long I've been doing it, or what's... Sorry.
No, that's just what the medium you're
just
using.
That.
Yeah.
The medium is dance.
And how great is Pinqy Ring?
Pinqy Ring is well done, like steak. Not medium rare.
Not medium rare.
Not medium rare.
I don't know. I like me a good medium rare steak. I don't know. All right. Next up.
This is Mercedes. My pronouns are she, her. My medium is dance. I've been trained in it for 4 years. And I'm thinking of maybe making a dance piece or slam poetry piece for this. I'm not quite sure. I need the inspiration first.
Beautiful. Yeah. And again, y'all, we just formed these groups. So like you're getting the raw, they're sort of ideating this thing together in that process. Next up.
My name is Samantha, she, her. I'm thinking about doing either like a scene. My medium's acting, and I'm thinking either doing like a scene or a monologue because I just love to hear myself talk so much. It's my favorite thing. So.
Yes, I saw Sammy do was it King Hedley the second?
Yeah, the second, yeah.
First of all, y'all, I had no idea what this was. Like, I had no, I come from like a musical sort of hip hop world. So when it comes to theater, like I'm a big aficionado, but I don't know a lot about it. So Sammy said, I'm going to do this thing. And I was like, okay, I had no idea what to expect. And when I tell you, my friend morphed into another character. It was incredible and amazing. And y'all, these young people are just like incredibly talented. And so we're exploring the intersections of our art and the way that we can advocate for social justice platforms. Can you all remember a time where you decided, like, this is exactly what I need to be doing with my art? Maybe share a story about when you fully comprehended, like, I need to use my art to tell a story about something that's wrong in the world today.
Okay, so this is Ice Strawberry Cream. Ice Strawberry Cream went to an African culture school, and they've done like art throughout their whole type of like growing uphood. So, and as an African culture school, they always like pushed like to always help your own community and the communities that are lesser than you that could borrow your help. So everything I've been trying to do has been to help other people when they need extra help, because that's what I grew up on, and I don't feel like changing that. It takes too much time and probably too much money, and I'm hungry, and there's probably too much energy also. So.
And if you'll notice with my friend Ice Strawberry Cream is they use all pronouns. Is that correct? And so as I was editing their bio today, I saw they and then I saw she, and I was like, I'm here for this, right? Like, we need to challenge the notions of what people think about, gender and gender expression. So I'll just shout out to you for that, because I had never seen that done before in a bio. So can I get a burr, 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 burr? Every time you do a burr, 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 you get 15 cents. So the more... All right, does anyone else want to share a story about when you realized, that you wanted to use your art as an activism platform?
So this is Mercedes. I'm 18 years old and I just graduated high school, and I went to the Chicago High School for the Arts, and there they give us opportunities to choreograph our own pieces. I'm a dancer, so my conservatory gave us chances to choreograph our own pieces, and I got a chance to choreograph a piece to the song Laugh When I'm With Friends But Cry When I'm Alone by 070 Shake. And that song is more of a melodic poem. It's very controversial in some ways, but it touches on a lot of the social justice topics that I love and things that I really stand for. I think y'all should listen to it.
Yes.
But I choreographed a piece among my peers, and that was one moment that I really felt like my voice and my actions in the world like impacted something and made people realize that it's not just like political people talking about this. It's affecting youth. It's affecting the adults of the youth. So that was my story.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Does anyone else want to share a story? Yeah, Sammy.
My name's Samantha. But the first time for me where I had like an experience and I was like, oh, this is what acting I felt like was really meant to do, is I did a program last summer at Goodman Theater, and the whole thing was basically like a self-devised piece between all of us, and they also told us it was like the most time they used the students' actual works in like one of these things. Wow. And we all wrote stuff, and I wrote a piece about somebody in my family had passed away, and about gang violence was the whole thing, gun violence and things like that. And when I performed it, I invited my whole family. I didn't tell anybody what it was about. I was like, guys, just come see it. And they were like, okay. They seen it. I'm looking in the crowd while I'm doing it. Everybody's bawling. And I after I leave, not only did I have my whole family coming up to me being like, thank you for like telling our family story like that, for putting us out there. That's never happened before. And then not only that, I have random people coming up to me telling me thank you. This is not just like my story though. It's so many people's stories. And it was the first time I really felt like I love being on stage. Like, I love that thrill, but that's not all it is. Like, it is a chance for me to speak about things and give people kind of closure,
Absolutely. And I love that, like, you don't know like the impact you can have until you see it like on a stage, and the fact that they use some of your performance pieces instead of you doing other people's things just reminds us, right, that you all have important stories to share and you all have valuable contributions to the arts, and that's the reason why y'all are a part of this group, but that's the reason why you all are just going to be the change agents of the next generation. Yes. So we're going to switch over to our next group soon, but what I want to do before you all leave is what is one thing that you want the listeners of Collaboraction Radio to know, either about yourself or about this program that you've been a part of? We'll start here and we'll go down.
Yo, I'm back. It's me again.
Listen, Southwick is aiming to be the co-hostess with the co-host with the most.
Listen, keep me around. I'm gonna ask some really good questions. But one thing I want people to know is we talk all the time about how the youth are the next generation. We're the next step. We're gonna save everything. But the reason that's gonna happen is because we have something to contribute. We've been around in this social and economic context for our entire lives, right? None of us have ever dreamed of owning a house naturally or making enough money to one day buy an island, because that's not real in our heads. The only people who can have that are billionaires. And back in the day, it wasn't like that. We know what it's like out there, and we know what it's going to be, and that's why we're going to make the difference.
And listen, I don't know about you, but we claiming billions on our lives. We claiming billions. So
I don't know about you, Southwick, but I want an island.
I want an island too. Yes, I want an island too. Yes. All right, next up.
Oh, me? Yeah, sorry. Sorry. One more time. Say that question one more time. I just been thinking, so I can get my check.
Just trying to get the 15 cents per. Lord have mercy, y'all. Help me.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. One thing I want future Collaboraction people, students, anything else that come into this program is to know that, like, just to be free when you first get here. I know it's kind of like weird because you're meeting strangers and stranger danger, but if you get comfortable, it's easy to like ease into what you want to do. Then you can express yourself better when you're in that position, so you won't be expressing yourself when it's time to perform, and you can express it when you're creating it, because that's when you can show your full potential for what you're trying to perform. So it's better to always express yourself when you're making something to perform, so that it looks way better. It looks way so much more energy and everything when you perform it.
Yes, and as you know, we are always looking for more funding to bring more young people. So if you feel compelled in any way whatsoever to give us some money, I already owe them $17 million for the burrs that they've been doing. You can go to collaboraction.org to learn more, and we would love to recruit new young people for next year. So thank you for that advice to them. Ice strawberry cream. Okay, what's something that you want people to know about you before you leave today, or know about this program?
I want the listeners to know that I know a lot of the older generation isn't quite fond of the younger generation, and I just want people to know that we are a result of the people that came before us.
So fix yourself.
Oh man,
yeah, I don't really know what to say, but a lot of us have great opinions. A lot of us have a lot of talent, and it's people all over the world who are losing that talent, losing that the want to be themselves, to want to do what makes them happy. A lot of people are losing it. So I want people to have a little more faith, a little more compassion towards us. You know, I know a lot of us aren't such a good representation, but it's deeper than that.
Yeah,
we are good people.
Absolutely, and it also is important to know how were these people raised and cared for. Who were the educators in their life, right? Who were the people that were helping them, and anyone who doesn't mess with the youth, in my opinion, is basura. And basura, for those that don't speak Espanol, is trash, right? Young people are the future, and we can't villainize them or vilify them. They have important things to say, and it's up to us to mentor them, right? I will say we done y'all, not me, because I've been doing youth work my whole life, but the adult community has done y'all a disservice. And so that's why we're here to bring you into these spaces, because you have important things to say, and what you're doing right now, especially with this work with Collaboraction, is very important. So don't you forget that. Sammy, is there anything you would like for us to know before we go?
My main thing that I want to leave the audience with is understanding that the work we do, this type of art, it really does have meaning. I know a lot of people, I feel look at theater or art or performing from this it's whatever, it's a little hobby, but it's no, it really does have an impact on people's lives and how we view things. And a simple going to see a play or somebody telling their story or things like that, the beauty of it's something that simple that really could leave you with a whole different perspective and understanding, not just to yourself or hearing your stories, but other people that you wouldn't normally try to look at or understand. And it really does give that perspective. So the work we do here, it's important.
Absolutely. There is no society without art. We know that during COVID, it was the artists that got us through it, right? And so with art comes art funding. And so that deals with, right, folks that are in political arenas that can advocate for more funding for the arts. I just found out that they cut art funding in Florida.
That's racist.
Not surprised. because Florida be Florida-ing. However, there are a lot of young people there, and just in general, creatives that deserve that kind of support and funding. So that goes down to legislation, that goes down to, politics. But at the end of the day, you're hearing it here first. These programs are really impactful, and art can be a way and a medium that we use to create change in the world. Before y'all go, can we get one more? All right, we're going to bring our next group in. Thank you all so much. Our next group is walking in the door, and as they walk in, let me tell you a little something about Collaboraction. Collaboraction is a 27-year-old nonprofit whose mission is to build knowledge, empathy, dialogue, and action around oppression and inequity through live theater, film, and radio that leverage the power of storytelling and community to cultivate positive social change. We are doing this work, and you get to meet the beautiful young people who are also doing this work with us. We have a new group in the building. New group. Can I get a burr, 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 burr? So the last group, they said that I was doing child labor violations by making y'all say burr, 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 burr all the time. So I've agreed to pay y'all 15 cents per burr, 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 burr. So don't overuse it because Titi Pinqy is broke. But thank you all for being here. We're so excited to have your group in the building. We're going to go around one by one. Give us your name, give us your pronouns, and give us your artistic medium of expression, whether you are an actor, a singer, a songwriter, a poet, etc. We'll start over here. Make sure you're talking straight into the mic.
Hi, my name is Madeline. I use she, her pronouns, and I do musical theater.
Hi, my name is Amior. I use she, her pronouns, and I sing, songwrite, act, and a little bit of dance.
Period.
Hi, my name is Alalise, and I'm a poet and I'm a dancer. Any pronouns.
Hi, I'm Germa. I use she, her pronouns. My medium is acting, singing, musical theater, and violin.
Beautiful. All right, y'all. This is our next group of beautiful young humans. Today, we mentioned that we are just starting to form our groups around the social justice platforms that are important to us. Can someone in the group tell me, what is your social justice platform, and what are some of the things that you started talking about today about the piece that you're going to create around that platform?
Okay, so our social justice platform is feminism and women's rights, and through our piece, we're just going to mainly be it's all about uplifting women and just supporting women in women's rights and fighting for those. And we're going to be doing those through possibly a cappella pieces, poems, maybe a rap, and possibly a dance to a woman empowerment song.
Beautiful. Thank you. And why is this platform important for y'all?
I think all of us can agree we are women, so it feels important specifically towards us and every other woman in this world. It doesn't just have to be Chicago or the United States. It feels important to us because I don't know if this is just me, I hope to reach more women just outside of Chicago as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. As you are hearing, this is another group of our The Light Cohort 2024. The Light is the intersection between art and activism for youth performers, where we pay them 15 cents per to create works of art around social justice platforms and perform all over the city of Chicago. So, my friends, can you tell me of the moment where you realized that art was the thing that you needed to do, where art was an extension of you, an expression of you, and you just absolutely have to do this thing?
Okay, I can go first. I remember the first time I was on stage, it was probably singing De Colores at my preschool.
Yes.
And then ever since then I was like, I think I want to do this every other day. And I remember at my old school, Roscoe Academy, I did the talent show and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And eventually it turned into I want to do theater as well because I just love being on stage. Eventually wanting to be on stage became wanting to make a change as well. And that turned into wanting to be an activist and an artist.
Yeah. Love that. I want everyone to answer the question. When did you realize that art was a thing that you needed to do?
At first, my parents are both visual artists. So, I'd say from when I was first adopted, and to kindergarten, like I always thought, no, art is not my thing because I have no visual art talent whatsoever. Or I learned how to run before I could walk, so I would just be running around the art galleries that they would take me to, and like I would not sit still. So I'm like, visual art is not my thing. Art is not my thing. And then I was enrolled in a school from 1st grade through 8th grade where we would literally do singing every day, and I just thought like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And I would just come home to my parents and like sing like the songs that like they would teach me. Like we would like have like a morning song that we would like my teacher would say, oh, let's greet the day with like our morning song. And I would just sing it like to my parents, and my mom was like, oh my God, like you can sing. And like so I would just like always just keep singing, and I love singing. And then we started doing school plays. And then I realized I love acting. As like a little kid, I'm like, I always want to be in the spotlight. I feel like that's like a little kid thing. Like you always want to be in like the kind of like the center of attention.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like look at me.
Yes.
But then I feel like it grew beyond that. Just kind of like as Marlon was saying, like grew to like wanting to like be on the stage and like have a voice and like make a change, and that grew into activism. And then I realized I'm like, oh, I can just put those two together. So that's why I'm here now.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And just how it starts very young, right? And how very young you realize what you don't like, right? You're like, okay, this art gallery is not for me, but, singing and performing, that's my thing. Excellent. Amazing. Adi, do you want to share? When did you realize art was something you just needed to do and be a part of?
With me, it started, I always just wrote poetry. Like, that's just how I always just, express my emotions and everything. Was it good? I wouldn't say so, but I did it.
Can everyone say no disclaimers?
No disclaimers. Whatever. Okay. But yeah, it was just something I was liked. And then later on, when I joined my dance team in around 7th or 8th grade, I started performing locally and also competitively with dance. And it was just so rewarding. Performing was always just so rewarding for me. Like the process of hard work, perfecting, and then also just creating and using my body just ways that I didn't know I could really use it, because none of my family really comes from any art background, just because they came here second generation, because they came over the border and they just got jobs, did their thing, got money, supported the family. So I'm kind of the first one to choose more of an art pathway, and I really liked how I could express myself with it, and also implying activism is always so fun with it too. I love using my voice and stories of my community.
I love that. Thank you. And also just how, I didn't come from an artistic background, and they were just like, that's not something you could do, or how is that going to work for you, right? And so it's really beautiful that we get to pour into y'all this early, because we have two mentors that are part of this program, myself and Linda Sol. Shout out to Linda Sol. Can we give her a burr, 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 burr? So Linda Sol's not here. She is at the BET Awards, period. But we love her. And so just the fact that they get to see two different people in their lives, right? Myself, who didn't have this kind of programming, but Linda Sol, who is someone who did have mentorship and arts programming, and how, we're now able to be that thing that we felt was either missing in those programs or that we didn't have at all. And so we're here to remind, right, any of the elders listening that art is a viable employment source. It is a viable way to create change. It is a job, right? But also to remind everyone that, we should be paying artists equitably, right, for their work, and we should be honoring them and holding them in spaces, because that's really important. So thank you for sharing that, Adi. Did you want to share your story about art?
Sure. So my first medium, my first thing was singing. So at around 3, I started to experiment with music and art and singing and everything like that. It's just always been important to me, and just such a big thing for me to be able to share stories and share messages through my art and through singing. And then later on in life, I got more into acting and being able to share stories and touch people through acting. And it's just something that really means a lot to me.
I love that. Thank you so much. You all are so just incredible and and lit and beautiful. We're going to have some performances coming up. The light will be at Fresh Fest July 11th, so make sure you come through and check us out. That's going to be at Navy Pier. And then we're going to be doing a parks tour. We'll be at the Austin Town Hall July 25th, Loyola Park July 26th, and Hamilton Park July 27th. So make sure you go to collaboraction.org to get any information, and also follow us on social media at Collaboraction so you can hear about the wonderful work that we're doing. I want to ask you all a question. What is something that you've done in the light programming that you feel has been really beneficial to you or has helped you so far? Mind you, we are just still in the beginning of programming. We've had a couple of weeks where we've done programming, but we're I would say sort of midway. So we still have a lot more work to do, still a lot more things to accomplish. But so far in the time that you've spent with the light, what's something that you've felt was either the coolest thing or the most important thing that you've learned or done in programming with us? Yeah, Madeleine.
Okay. In the light, they also help us a lot with figuring out our resumes, what we want to do. And one thing that we've done is we've worked on our artist bios. You know that little back part where in books where they say what the author has done, and this author has won or this author has written. We've pretty much done that. So we've done our artist bios. In our artist bios, we put what performances we've been in, our names, where we live, where we come from, what pretty much about us. It's just what makes us an artist, and we kind of brag about ourselves a bit. We have to be I have done this, I have done this, and I can do this.
Period.
So it's
and give me money to do all of these things. Yes. Love that. So artist bios is one of the things that we worked on. We just finished editing them today, and that's a really important piece in any artist, activist, performer, creative entrepreneur, right? That bio is going to get you in places and spaces, get you in the door, get you hired. So that was really, and it was really excited to have these young people brag about themselves, because we tell young people to make themselves small, right? And to not, take up too much space. And we the opposite here, right? Take up all the space, brag on yourself, you deserve it. Who else would like to share? What's something that you've done with the light that you feel has been important or has been the coolest thing that you've done or learned?
I feel like us just being able to create personal pieces is really important, because I know that I've kind of struggled a little lately. I've been struggling to be able to find inspiration and what to make personal pieces about, and I've mainly of course I'm doing artistic things because we go to Shy Arts, but it's things that other people have created. And so I think it's really important and great that we're able to incorporate our social justice platforms into our personal pieces that we're creating together.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things we talked about when we were working on personal pieces and personal story is the revolution starts with you, right? Your existence is resistance, period. And so your story is the first thing that people are going to learn about you. And this is the way that they're going to feel like they connect to you. So both Linda and I shared our personal story and our journey through sort of our own, high school experiences all the way up to now, where Linda is at the BET Awards. Titi Pinqy just became a voting member for the Recording Academy. So it's important for them to see sort of the journey that they can take, but your story is what you start with, and that's the way you connect with people. So our young people have created outlines of their story, and then they're creating pieces around their story, whether that's a song or a poem or a dance, so that they can share their story on the larger stage. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else want to share?
You were saying something the coolest thing that we're currently doing or we're learning.
Yeah, something you've done at the light that you're this has impacted me the most, or this was the coolest thing, or this was the most helpful so far.
Okay. Something that I think is that's really impacted me and is something that we're learning is that we're learning how to be taking the first step into being professional artists and creators, which for me has always been a thing where it's just kind of those little kid things I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a singer, or and now I get to take that first step and realize I'm oh my gosh, this is a real job that I could go a career that I could think about, that I could do. And for me, I've always just done whenever I'm singing, I've always just done covers, nothing original. So now that I'm with people that I can have new creative voices is in collaboration. and that we can work on creative pieces together. It's not just me just like dealing with my writer's block. I think that's really cool. Well, so I think just like the collaborative and like the learning elements of like how to become like a professional is like just something that like really impacted me.
Absolutely. You know, there's the saying, you can't be what you can't see, right? And so, you know, a lot of us didn't even know that this was a thing that existed until you saw someone that looked like you doing it, right? And hopefully Linda and I are that for you, because as I was writing in high school, there was no one that I could see and be like, oh, there's a viable career path. I could actually make money being a hip hop artist and writing and recording. And so that's one of the things we try to instill to our young people is like, you see us doing it, but we're also going to bring in other professionals so you can see. Today we were at the Honeycomb. Shout out to the Honeycomb. Can we give them a burr, 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 burr? Burr, 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 burr. So they are a co-creating and co-working space. We met Denise there, and she told us about her intersections of art and activism. So another thing we want to do is just show them as many people as we can that are doing this work, because again, art is a viable career path. I'm going to say that one more time. Art is a viable career path. Period. Adi, did you want to share what's been like some of the coolest stuff you've done or most impactful?
Working with cool people. Like everybody here is so cool, so creative, and I'm glad I could kind of bounce off everybody's ideas, and also kind of like we were talking about doing vocal work, and it's something I never thought I would do, but I'm interested in exploring it because I mean I don't really, you know, like might as well just take the chance. Let's just do it. Let me explore it, and I have like a space to explore and also a space to use my voice.
I love that. Thank you so much. The last thing we're going to do before you all dip out of here is, can you share, you know, one thing that you want the folks listening to know, whether that's to know about you, to know about people that look like you and sound like you and are your age range, or what you want them to know about this program. Any of those things, whatever feels like the most important that you want to leave this audience with. What is an important thing that you want the listeners of Collaboraction Radio to leave with knowing? And we can popcorn, whoever feels ready.
Okay.
And before you go, just make sure you say your names and pronouns again so that folks can remember who you are.
Okay. My name is Amior. My pronouns are she, her. And I just want to say that like art and performing arts is just so powerful because you can reach like so many different audiences from all different walks of life. Through so many different stories and messages, and it's just really beautiful. That's all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Can we give some snaps for that? Mm-hmm. All right. Who would like to go next? What's something important you want to leave the people with?
I'm Madeline. My pronouns are she, her. Something I want to say is we are the future. Period. Like our generation is the future. The girls, the boys, the straight, the gay. We are all the future. Okay. So I don't know. That's just something I wanted to say, that we are here to stay and we want to raise our voices and do what we think is right because it probably is right.
Because it definitely is right. Yes, they are here. They have something to say and we need to listen to them, y'all. That's the main thing. We need to listen to these young people. They have the answers. They know what they're talking about, and we need to advocate for them and we need to give them more platforms, period. What would y'all like to leave us with? Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Beyonce. My pronouns are Queen Bee. Hi, my name is Gurma Grigley. My pronouns are she, her. And bouncing off of kind of what Marlon was saying, it doesn't matter what you identify as. Is like we are the future, and like it doesn't matter what you identify as, what you look like. You can always make a change, and don't be afraid to just use your voice and stand up for like what's right.
Yes. Young people, did you hear Beyonce? Beyonce said,
that was Beyonce.
I'm going to need you to raise your voice, stand in your power and your truth. Yes. Thank you, Beyonce. Yes. We appreciate that. Got the Beehive in the building. The Beehive. It's the Beehive, right? Yeah. Okay. Period. All right. Last but not least.
Okay. Yeah. In the wise words of Beyonce, use your voice, use your craft. Literally, like anything you do. I was saying this earlier. Like even just argumentative essays are enough. Use your voice the way you can. your little TikToks, your little dances about racism. Come on, guys, let's do this.
Yes, I love that. Period. Okay, you all have a voice, and you should use it in any way, in any medium that you see fit. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Can I get a purr before you go? All right, we're gonna bring in the next group before y'all go. Let's selfie it up real quick, okay? Because we gotta get the content. Okay, we ready? All right. Can we say Collaboration Radio?
Collaboration Radio.
All right, we're going to bring the next group in, y'all. Today's episode of Collaboration Radio is sponsored by AV Chicago, Chicago's leading provider of AV production and event management service, and Elevoke, an internationally award-winning business events agency. Elevoke is an experienced team of event architects curating elevated business events and evocative brand encounters fueled by innovation, intention, and a touch of inspired audacity. Visit www.elevoque.com to learn more and to schedule a meeting with their team. If anyone is listening and would like to give us some money for the light programming, please visit Collaboraction.org to join the conversation, to send over some funds. If you would like to donate to Pinqy Ring's fund, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. But y'all can, find me at Pinqy.Ring on all social media platforms. I am your hostess with your mostest today, and also the Director of Youth Programming for Collaboration. We have our next group in the building. Group, can I get a purr? Oh, they lit. They're ready. All right, y'all. Before we get into meeting them, I just want to make sure that y'all know that House of Belonging, July 19th, the Sandra Delgado Experience is happening at Epiphany Center for the Arts. Also, the light will be at Fresh Fest in Navy Pier, July 11th, and then the Park Store at Austin Town Hall, July 25th, Loyola Park, July 26th, and Hamilton Park, July 27th. La Havana, Madrid, with our one and only Sandra Delgado will be happening at Pritzker Pavilion August 23rd. And Collaboration is building a new House of Belonging, y'all, in Humboldt Park, Kimball Arts Center, 1757 North Kimball. Go to collaboration.org to learn more. We have our next group in the building. So what I'm going to ask you to do, make sure you bring the mics up close and speak directly into them. Can you tell me your name, your pronouns, and what your artistic medium is? For example, are you a dancer? Are you a poet? Are you a singer? Etc. We'll start with whoever would like to start.
All right. Hi, my name is Aura. Pronouns they, them. I'm a little gender fluid silly.
Period.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Oh, no. I'm a vocalist, and I've been doing my art for as long as I can remember. Probably good amount of years now, maybe a little less than 10, but a little more than 5. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's pull up with the estimates. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good, between 5 to 10 years, but also all my life. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Aura. All right, next up.
My name is Montiara. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a singer and performing artist.
Period. All right, next up.
Hi, my name is Serenity Robinson. My pronouns are she, her. And my strongest suit is singing, but I also dazzle in acting, dancing, play the guitar. And so
we love a good multi-hyphenate, y'all. And if you've heard these young people, you see that they do multiple things, right? And when I was your age, I was just getting on my mama's nerves. That's all. That was my pronouns were get on her nerves. And so it's just so interesting and so beautiful to see the fact that each and every one of you all do multiple things, but you're just so powerful, and you're just so aware of who you are and what you are. Can you all tell me about a mentor or someone that helped you sort of get to where you are today?
This is Serenity speaking, and I would have to say I'll have to give my grandma a shout out.
Period.
Lorraine Burton.
Come on, yes. Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine, we see you.
She was the first person to ever take me to ballet lessons, and really put me out there on the stage. I never knew how much I loved to sing and just be on stage, period. So it just, I don't know, it just she the one who pushed me out there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I would say my mentor would be my parents and my dad specifically too, because I feel at a young age they really pushed me and they put me in a lot of programs and arts showcases and performances. So I feel that's who really helped me.
I love that. Shout out to the parents. And if y'all are tuned in, thank you for letting us borrow your beautiful young people and allowing us to sort of pour into them. Parents who support the arts are important. We know that they're few and far between and almost non-existent. So thank y'all for allowing your young people to do this program with us and for pouring into them the way that you do. Or who's someone for you that was, a mentor or someone that helped you sort of learn who you were through them?
Well, first of all, I gotta give a shout out to my mother. My mother has been my mentor since forever, since from the moment she gave birth to me, since the moment I'm here now in the station.
Yes.
My mother, she is an inspiring woman, especially with her scary motherly instinct. Girl, she knows when something's bad and when something's wrong, blah, blah, blah. But, she funded me through everything. Anything that I wanted to do, anything that I wanted to invest myself in, karate, sports, whatever I wanted, she knew if I was passionate towards it, whatever I needed, she'd get it for. She'd get it. She'd pay for it. She'd pay for all the scholarships or whatever. Not scholarships, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's to be fair with you, she's been by my side my whole life, no matter what, everything.
I love that.
From my private school to the public school that I transferred to, all the way to Chicago High School for the Arts, which I go to.
Yes.
She was there. She made an effort, and I'm grateful for her for everything.
Yeah,
love
shout out to the parents. Love you, mom, love you, dad, love you. And sometimes it's, if we had adopted parents or if we have, blood doesn't always make you related, right? So we have our chosen family as well sometimes. So shout out to anyone that has poured into any young person. We know the importance of mentorship, and as you show up for these young people, you show them what's possible for them in the world. So I want to ask you all, what was a moment that you realized that both your art and your activism had to go hand in hand, right? Maybe it's an event that happened, or maybe it's something bad, right? And you were like, no, I need to use my voice to speak up on this. What was a moment when you realized that your art and your activism were going to go hand in hand?
Well, okay, this is Aura, L, Aster, Cosmic, whatever. But I go by many names. I am the person of many names.
Omnidimensional.
Yup. Okay, so something about my activism and my art going hand in hand. Well, singing is very important. People become artists through music, through art, whatever you can think of. I believe that when I was learning about all this stuff about racism, homophobia, mental health, especially mental health, honestly, because I go through it. I have major depressive disorder, social anxiety disorder, and generalized anxiety. I have a lot of problems. I think, especially my group being mental health, I think having experience in the mental hospital as well had given me a lot of things. Knowing that, I wanted to make sure people could relate to me in music, relate to me in writing, because I thought maybe I could help someone else be comforted the way that artists do, the way that artists are relatable.
Yes.
People like Billie Eilish, Lana Del Rey, and all those people. I want to be the next person to inspire the next generation to know that you're not alone, to know that you are valid just as much as anyone else. I mean, unless a lot of things like wrongdoings and whatnot, we've got a lot of people on the internet who are absolutely weird, but regardless of that, you are valid.
Yes.
You are loved.
Thank you, Aura, and thank you for your vulnerability. I think it's really important for people to hear, right, not only from adults who have gone through the process of figuring out who they are. I don't even think y'all know this, but this year I'm celebrating 10 years in therapy, and for me, my family never said therapy, if you go to therapy, that means you crazy, right? You need too much help. And, they would try to tell me to just pray it away. And, the fact that I'm here 10 years later and that I get to celebrate 10 years of this journey, it's so beautiful to see young people like you who are really vulnerable, willing to share some of your story to help someone, but also that you're, advocating for that and using your art to advocate for that. So thank you so much for that vulnerability, Aura. Go ahead. Remember to say your name so they know.
I forgot.
So what was a moment that you realized that you wanted to use your art to advocate for different social justice platforms or activism?
All right. This is Serenity speaking, and I would have to say, since
it's like 2 moments in my life where I realized that I could use my singing, to like, heal myself and heal others. Yeah. And the first moment was, I have to say, like 3rd grade. I used to get bullied really, really bad. Like, it was really bad. And, like, that's why I picked mental health, because I feel like it's really important for young people, especially growing in your, adulthood. Because a lot of adults have, like, unhealed trauma. Yes. And they tend to, like, dump it out on other people. And I just want, like, this generation to get better with mental health, because, the suicide rate is going up and stuff like that. And it's, like, a really big deal. Yes. My second vulnerable, like, when I was really vulnerable, is when my sister, my twin sister, Angel, she died. And I sung at her funeral. Wow. Yeah. And it just, I don't know, it really healed me in that moment, because it felt like I was healing others with my voice. Yeah. So, like, that was really empowering and, like, real, like, outspoken.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow, y'all are hearing, the raw and the real from these young people, and just as you can hear their self-awareness in it, and it's just so beautiful. I really say, this generation, y'all got it. Y'all are really going to fix everything that we messed up and our parents messed up. And thank you again for sharing that vulnerable story. There's someone listening that might connect with that someday and say, if she was able to get through it, I could as well. So thank you for sharing. Montier, how about you? When did you know that your art and activism had to go hand in hand?
I feel for me, it started off, like, at a young age when I was in a youth poetry group, and we would be saying poetry, but also through it I learned that we would be telling stories and spreading positivity around, like, Chicago. Yeah. And, like, going on, I would get into more singing, and I feel like with mental health that singing is a good way, or music in general is a good way to help cope with it, and that it tells the story for other people.
That's amazing. And I know you had support from your family too, right? Like, they're also poets and creatives. So, just goes to show you that goes a long way for these young people, right? The way that you pour into them, the way that you support their art and what they do. And if you haven't noticed so far, the social justice platform that these 3 beautiful young humans will be speaking on is mental health and mental health awareness. And so you all started talking about your piece and what you want to create. Does anyone, maybe just one person, want to share, like, the conversations that you had about it? Yeah, Serenity.
This is Serenity speaking, as my lovely Pinqy said.
Check us in the mail. They call me lovely, and I pay them, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, like, we're gonna do a piece. Like, we were thinking about making a song, because all of us, we have experience with making songs. Yeah. I made an album of 20 songs.
Come on.
Yeah, okay. Shattered Moon. On Spotify and YouTube.
Come on, plug. Come on.
Yeah. And we were just going to make a song dedicated to, bipolar disorder, just body positivity, because, like, as young people, like, we struggle with that the most, especially body positivity. And I'm saying this for boys and guys and girls, all the days, thems, all
everybody.
Struggle.
You gotta include me in there.
Yes. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I want to spread that positive, everybody's loved, mental health, like, it's a really big factor, period. Yeah. Like, it's just, if mental health isn't there, like, you can't build something without your mental health being okay, without you being healed.
Absolutely. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And these were social justice platforms that they selected. And then Linda and I, shout out to Linda again, who is at the BET Awards, period.
Love you, Linda.
We love you, Linda. We put them into groups based on their selection. So they selected multiple social justice platforms, and then we put them in groups based on what they found to be important. As you know, we will be performing multiple places, including Kidsapalooza for the kids stage. So a lot of what we're doing is figuring out how to make our work accessible to all people, right, including little kids. How do we start to talk about social justice advocacy and issues starting from a very, very young age? Once again, Collaboraction Radio is sponsored by the the Joseph and Bessie Feinberg Foundation, period. And if after our show today you feel impassioned, you want to join the conversation, you want to give us some dollars and support the work we're doing with the light, you can, please give us money. Email radio@collaboraction.org or go to collaboraction.org to learn more. Before we go today, friends, I would like to ask you, what is something that you need these people to know before you go, right? What is something that you need them to know either about yourself or you want them to know about what we've been doing during this program? What is something that you cannot leave today without saying for the people that are listening to Collaboration Radio?
I was wondering, can I shout out some organization?
You can absolutely shout out an organization.
I would like to shout out Angel's Message. It's an organization, it's a nonprofit organization where basically we help the youth. We're doing the same thing here. We help the youth. We give clothes to homeless people. I love it. And it's a great. Yeah.
How can they find this organization?
You can find us on Google. We already have a
website?
Your website, yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Beautiful.
A website and all that. You can also donate to us. It's on a website. Yeah.
We love that. Y'all, learn something from my friend Serenity. Serenity said, I'm going to plug my album. I'm going to plug my nonprofit, right? And it's named after your sister, correct? Mm-hmm. Right? So how do you take something painful and you create something out of it that's going to help other people? So Serenity said, I can't leave without telling y'all what I do and how important it is to me. So thank you for that. How about you, Montiera? What's something that you cannot leave today without the people of Collaboration Radio knowing?
I want them to know how beneficial I think the Light program has been for me, because I feel like I came in already having like a social justice like that I like believe in and stand for. Yeah. But I feel in the program, like with our journaling and our ciphers and stuff, I feel that I've learned about other social justices and it just makes me think about them more.
We love that. And as Montiera said, if you want to give us some money so we can continue doing this program, if y'all didn't hear me the first 2 times, the Light is the intersection between art and activism for youth performers where we pay them. We pay them. We pay them. Can I get the choir? We pay them. We pay them. More than minimum wage, more than minimum wage, more than minimum wage to create works around social justice platforms to perform all over the city of Chicago, including Kidsapalooza. We're going to be at the Light at Fresh Fest in Navy Pier, July 11th. We're going to have a park store at Austin Town Hall, July 25th, Loyola Park, July 26th, Hamilton Park, the 27th. So please make sure you are supporting us in any way possible. Aura, I'm going to give you, we're sort of running out of time. So if you had 30 seconds to tell people something that you need them to know before we go, what would that be, Aura?
Well, I just want to say I'm really thankful that I was able to be vulnerable, especially about my LGBT identity and my mental health. I'm very glad that I was able to share that today. So to all the people who are listening, thank you so much. Thank you to the people who are listening, my mom, my friends. Love you, Jasmine. Love you, Mom.
Y'all got any shout outs before we go?
Shout out Robert Robinson.
Okay. Sister, okay. Yeah. Yes, we love it. All right, y'all. That is our show for today. I got to pay some bills, so let me make sure that I mention that Collaboration Radio is sponsored by the Joseph and Bessie Feinberg Foundation, and today's episode of Collaboration Radio sponsored by AV Chicago, as well as Ella Vogue. That is our show. We are so grateful to you for being here. You can catch us live next Saturday at 4 p.m. Central. Please follow us on social media at Collaboration so you can learn about the Light and our new program, The Luminaries, that we will be talking about very, very soon. It's our graduate program for the Light. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to us. We want to make sure that you know that the youth are the future. They have amazing voices, amazing platforms, and we need to support them. We need to uplift them. Once again, if you were moved by any of this, please visit us at collaboraction.org or send us an email, radio@collaboration.org, to find out how you can get involved, how you can donate some money. My name is Pinqy Ring. This is The Light. Can I get a burr, 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 burr before we go? Burr, 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 burr. Thank you so much. Peace.
The preceding program, Collaboration Radio, was sponsored by Collaboration, and to the extent applicable, their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not